Okay, now we're going to do some additional things with manipulating files. So far we've learned how to navigate through directories, and we also got our first exposure to an editor that allows us to create new files. So at this point we're going to move into the assignment 1 directory, and if I use the ls command I can see that I have a text file there, and depending on what I was going to do with this file, maybe I'd like to make a copy of it because I'm going to make some changes and I'd like to have a backup. So I'm going to copy this file using the cp command. And the copy command takes at least 2 arguments. The first is the original file that's going to be copied from, and the second argument after another space is the destination file, or the name of the new file that we'd like to create that's a copy of the original. So maybe I'd like to copy hello.txt to backup.txt. Now I'd like to make some changes, so I'm going to use the Pico text editor. Maybe I'd like to, for example, get rid of this line and put in some new things. I'm going to go ahead and save that. I use Control-O to save that, and then I can exit. And now once I come back to the Linux shell, I can use the ls command. Remember, I can concatenate or display the contents of a text file. You see my original file, which contains hello and goodbye. And I can also see the contents of my new file, which has a different set of contents associated with it. So the cp command can be pretty useful if, for example, you've developed part of a program and you're about to make some changes and you'd like to have the original just to be able to refer back to in case you make mistakes as you're editing the file. Now, maybe you're done making modifications and you're ready to get rid of that backup file. You'd like to delete it, and you do that with the rm command. rm, and then the name or names of files that you'd like to get rid of. In this case, I'd like to get rid of this file. Because I'm deleting a file, and on Linux there's no trash or recycling bin where I could recover it from, it's going to confirm that I really want to get rid of this. So I answer yes, and now that file has been removed. So always remember that unlike a Windows or a Mac, where if you put things in the trash or recycling bin, you can go back and get it later. That's not generally true on a Linux system, so be careful about deleting files. I can also copy files at the same time, put that copy in a different directory. So maybe I'm starting another assignment and I'd like to use an existing file from a previous assignment as the basis for that. So my source file that I'm copying is hello.txt, and I'd like to copy that into the assignment 2 directory. And I refer to the assignment 2 directory by going up a level, specifying my path separator. I'm going to use tab completion to get the assignment part. I'll type the 2, and then in this case I can just go ahead and hit enter. And so I've copied that file, and now I can actually move and go over to that other directory. Now you see that my command prompt has changed, and if I do the ls command to list my files and directories, I see that I also have a copy of that file over here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that file. Again, it's going to prompt me, make sure that I really want to get rid of that. And now I'm going to go up to the CME 211 directory. We know how to remove directories. We know how to remove files using the rm command. What if I wanted to remove an entire directory? Well, I do that with the rmdir command, remove a directory. And let's say I wanted to remove assignment 2. I specify that as the argument, and now you'll see that assignment 2 is gone. What if I wanted to go ahead and get rid of the assignment 1 directory? I go ahead and do rmdir. I use tab completion to get assignment 1. I press enter, and you'll get an error message, failed to remove assignment 1. Directory is not empty. So this is a safety feature that prevents you from accidentally moving directories with files in them. So what I'm going to need to do is move into the assignment 1 directory using change directory. Now I can remove the file. I can move back a level, either with cd ... or cd-, and now I'm able to remove the assignment 1 directory. So now I have a fresh CME 211 directory with no additional directories in them.